Our lesson is for kindergarten and it's about comparing weather patterns within the different seasons. The North Carolina state standards that we chose are compare weather patterns that occur from season to season, which is a science standard, and with guidance and support from adults, recall information from experiences or gather information from provided sources to answer a question, which is our literacy standard. The objective for our lesson plan is students will be able to identify the different characteristics and weather patterns of the different seasons. Students will independently complete a quick exit ticket. They should earn 6 out of 8 points to show mastery. For the engage part of our lesson, we will look at the book Paint a Sun in the Sky, A First Look at the Seasons by Claire Llewellyn. We will cover up the different seasons written in the book with sticky notes so students can't see them. While going through the book, we will ask the students, what are the kids wearing in the book? What season could they be in based off of their clothes and why? Looking at the background, the trees, the sky, and the ground, what season could this be based on the setting on the page and why? The point of this section in our lesson is for students to take their prior knowledge of seasons and apply it to recognizing the differences in the seasons based on the pictures in the book. For the explore part of our lesson, we will be doing a 4 corners activity. Each of the corners will have pictures of different seasons. The pictures will include pictures of clothes you wear in that season, pictures of things you could use in that season like an umbrella or sunscreen, pictures of the environment, and pictures of different weather patterns such as stormy days, rainy days, etc. Students will be split into 4 groups and they'll rotate through the different corners. The students will get a couple minutes at each corner and they will look at the images on the wall and determine what season they are in and write in their science journals what they think. Each corner will be assigned a number and the teacher will tell students when to rotate corners. For the explain phase of our lesson, students will return to the carpet with their science journals to discuss the different corners. The teacher will ask students to share their own ideas about what each corner was and why. To help students make connections to their own life, the teacher will ask students to share their own experiences in each season. This conversation will be student-led. The teacher will just be there to facilitate and build the conversation up if it is dying off. After students have shared their ideas, the teacher will make sure they understand that different forms of weather are weather patterns. We will hang weather pattern on our word wall after we define it, and we will define it as different types of weather that happen in different seasons. For the elaborate part of our lesson, we will be doing an activity to extend our knowledge of weather patterns and how they can impact the environment, particularly trees. We would have mentioned this a little in our discussions of the 4 corners activity. The students will be painting 4 trees, 1 for each season, using their hands. The teacher and the teacher assistant will be helping students with this activity. The trunk of the trees will be the students' hands. Students will divide a piece of white paper into 4 sections by folding. They will line up and the teacher will help students put paint on their hand and make 4 handprints for each tree. Then the students will head to the assistant to wash off their hands. Next, the teacher will put an already made example on the board for students to see. The fall tree will have red, yellow, and orange leaves with some on the ground to represent windy days. The winter tree won't have leaves but white to represent snowy days. The spring tree will have some green leaves to represent the leaves growing back with help from rainy days, and the summer tree will be full of green leaves to represent how sunny days can help leaves grow back in full. We will go about doing 1 tree at a time. Students will use their index finger to make the leaves or snow. They will get 1 color at a time to prevent the mixing of colors and messes. The teacher and the assistant will be constantly walking around to watch and assist students with the painting. Students will use wipes to clean their fingers in between colors. After the pictures dry, they will be added to a piece of construction paper. Once on construction paper, students will add labels to each season. The labels will specify windy, rainy, snowy, and sunny days. This will be a reminder for students on what causes and helps the leaves to grow or fall from the trees. This will help students learn about how weather patterns impact the environment each season. During the evaluate, we will be assessing students by giving them a quick exit ticket. Students will be given a slip with the following weather patterns listed: snowy day, windy day, sunny day, and stormy day, and pictures of trees with colorful leaves, no leaves, some leaves, and a tree full of leaves. In 4 colors, red for fall, blue for winter, yellow for spring, and green for summer, students will identify which season the listed weather pattern and picture occur in by circling them. The teacher will remove the pictures from the four corners ahead of time so students can't simply look at those. Students should be earning 6 out of 8 points to show mastery of the seasons. We understand that it can be rainy, sunny, and windy any day, but we will focus on these in certain seasons and teach that to students.
To close out the lesson, students will gather on the carpet with the teacher. We will review the different weather patterns and how they impact the seasons by recalling what we have learned. We will also talk about how it is important to understand the seasons because they are a part of our everyday life. Finally, we will end by reading Paint a Sun in the Sky, a first look at the seasons. Since in the engaged portion, we just looked at the pictures, it'll be a fresh read for the students.